Sorry, guys. I'm supposed to grab breakfast. I'm still having it. Survive. The class will be delayed. Um, how are you guys doing? For like 10 minutes, I just need to eat food. I am doing good. How are you guys? Let me just turn on my video. Cool. I'm not in SF yet. I'm small bit spot to stop before I reach there. Vlog showing SF. Yeah, sounds interesting. I think I will have the time. So let's see. Mm, how long will actually cohort be? Probably I don't know. Probably a month more. This is pancakes. A bunch of other things. Okay. What's, um, the food here is not the best. My gut isn't cooperating, so that's why I'm a little, you know, yeah, I just want to come back to India soon. But other than that, doing good. Yeah, I guess I had a little bit of jet lag, not nothing too crazy. But like whatever you'd expect. I'm sleeping like in 2 hour trenches. I'll probably go to bed. But I'm hoping it will make it later. But I have to leave around 22nd. So we'll see. How do you know super 30? Oh,
Hello, hello. Is the audio better now, Yash? I'm in Vegas right now. Okay, madam.
पहले नहीं
Long story. Okay. Let me pause that. I'm trying to think how to do today's class. There are three options. Option number one is let's just start. Get right into it. The problem is I just have to teach like this, so I'll have to code with one hand. Poll bana lo, Yash. Option number two is we'll do AMA while I eat for like 20 minutes. I have the slides ready. So I'll record after I eat aram se an offline video. We'll post in 2 hours. I'll keep the 2 hour block, जो भी है either way. But I'll थोड़ा do an offline video आराम से. Option 3 is I'll eat for 20 minutes and then we'll start the class. तो यश एक बार poll बना दो यार. Meanwhile I'll answer questions. It's a little
Can you
chaotic of a
co-
class right now. Options पता है मैं बोलूँ फिर से.
Can you make me co-host?
मैं बना देता हूँ एक बारी को. New poll. Also, we'll have a Solana hackathon, like internal hackathon amongst us for $5,000 on 20th. It's 18th right now, so in 2 days. I'll announce it on Discord. So if you guys are free, there are less people right now, so there's less competition than the first hackathon. पहले भी हमने करी थी. उसमें भी I think 20 people won, some $100 to $250. 20 wins. We'll do it again. We're running it back. So less people right now. If you want to get back your cohort money, probably I think easily 100, 150 people can get that. So would urge you to do that. AMA for 20 minutes while I eat. Second option, start class you. And third option is going to be I eat. Then class. So 20 minutes. Kebab. And in the first one, I'll do offline video right after. I promise this time. Video, as in 2 hours, you'll have an offline video, provided I'm able to upload it from here. Save library, and I think that's the one. Launch. All right, guys. Moment of truth. Poll is up. Okay. Thankfully, the one I was hoping for. So option one, 57%. Option two, 8%. Option three, 37%. So it's AMA for 20 minutes. Whatever you want to ask, actionably, generally about life, क्या चल रहा है मेरी life में, जो पूछना पूछ लो. And then I'll call it at 8:25ish. And then I'll just go into recording the offline video and then posted in 2 hours. Okay. Cool. Chat is open. All right. Purpose of NYC and SF. So NYC I have some contacts at NYC, mostly in finance. So I wanted to meet them just to understand कि trading कैसे हो रही है. कुछ नहीं समझ आया मुझे यहाँ पे. Would have been better for me to just talk to someone in Graviton, which I did when जब मैं इंडिया में था. So that was NYC. Other than that, it was the cheapest flight in here. Vegas is the WrestleMania. So guilty. So I'm here for WrestleMania. That's tomorrow, and then SF. And in SF, it's for referrals. So I've told this before, but there's this one company I met in SF in my very first trip. Not very first trip, like very first trip after I started 100x Devs. That led to like 6 companies. Around, I think around 11-12 log are placed in those companies. School में we have 100, so next super 30 में we have 120. That's my current वो. तो 200 बच्चा total है, 212 beds total. I'm unsure what the distribution is. So I need to find 3-4 more such companies ताकि 1 से 4 निकले, 4 से 8 निकले, people get placed. Mostly मोटा वही है. Nothing other than that. Hoping for a few podcasts. Let's see if we can get Sam Altman. But if not Sam Altman, then Sam Boxer, guys. Okay. Let's talk about life, hobbies, New York City, SF, etc. Life is mostly in construction right now. I'm have never done any construction stuff before. So first time dealing with vendors, someone would just come and quote like 8 CR for the building. Just from construction, like not even construction, just under ka kaam. Just finding the right vendors. Twitter helped. Both the biggest vendors. So 3 vendors are हमारे अब. One for electricity plumbing, one for internal partitioning beds, and third one for like painting and these things. उनमें से 2 जो हैं जो मेरे through आए हैं basically. Both of them came through Twitter. So I did a Twitter tweet. Around, I don't know, 1,000 people liked it. 15 people had some contacts. किसी के पापा हैं, किसी बहन है. So I reached out to them, karte. The 2 biggest vendors, I was able to negotiate really well because I had so many vendors thanks to Twitter. तो काफी time वहां जा रहा था. I need to finish it before 15th June, hopefully, ताकि 15 July तक हो जाए. I think 15 June is not very ambitious हो जाएगा तब तक सब. थोड़ा focus there. Teacher hiring. So first time yesterday we got a DSA teacher finally. Great guy. So finalizing their salaries, bonuses, things like these. Online you don't pay much generally, like you don't have too many employees. That changes on offline, especially when you're bringing DSA teachers. So yeah, dude, DSA teacher, good career path. That's it. That's what's been going on. Yeah, I'm happy to hear breakout ideas if you want. Sorry, breakout है ना hackathon का नाम. उससे कोई भी ideas हो मैं honest feedback दे दूंगा. कि मतलब क्या चल सकता है, क्या नहीं चल सकता, किसी को फंडिंग मिल सकती है. मुझे decentish idea है. So if you have questions around that, you can ask. I'll open chat again. Grant, which grant money? Can you elaborate? How many people are in school right now? So there are a few layers, right? There's a number of leads, which is really high. A number of people who have registered for an interview, like 2,000 rupees. That's in the hundreds ka range, so like somewhere between 100 and 300, I think. And how many people who have actually cleared the interview and then paid the fees? That number is lesser right now. I don't remember the exact number, probably 50. And 80 pay will be sorted. 100 is ideal. I think we'll reach there. There's still 3 months before things start. So it's already for Solana. Again, it's not very monetizable. So why would someone pay for that? Why would a VC put money in it? Why would some user give money for it? It's a very niche market. Certainty makes sense because it works for every market. Certainty for Solana, like rule of thumb, if you're building anything for the hackathon, is who would pay for it? How much money can you make? What's the TAM? What does TAM stand for? Total addressable market. That's what VCs are generally looking for. कि market कितनी बड़ी है? Everything else comes after. That includes the team, the execution, the idea, TAM pe mota mota, you can convince people. You could have the worst idea, but if your TAM is big, they'd be willing to invest. And mota mota Solana hackathon is it's not a hackathon where you win money and close the project. If you're thinking of doing that, then you'll probably not win. They're looking for more longer term projects, which I don't think this one will be very long term. Cool. If I did WebDev plus DevOps until where you taught, yeah, it would be good for pretty easy for an internship. Oh, by the way, well, if you guys are here, and again, this is nothing crazy, but if you guys are looking for first 2-month internship, and then if the internship converts, then 7.5 LPA, remote, Mumbai-based startup. If the answer is yes, then drop your resumes. I'll connect. They're hiring 5 people. I was hoping someone from the school I would refer. So I refer 2 people from the school, and then other than that, it's open. So it feels, if it feels like आपको चाहिए, then just post. And just साथ में लिख देना 7 LP offer or 8 LP offers, so I know. I'll open it again. अभी उसके बाद लिख देना. When is the hackathon? Hackathon started, I think. It was started 14th May was the starting date. It ends next month. Go to colosseum.com, you'll find the details. Or go to the Biswa video. Solana token fraud detector that checks that's not the worst idea. Again, my question, I guess even if people don't pay for it, there'll be a lot of people watching it. How would you, I use heuristics and lightweight AI model to get a risk score. Yeah, that sounds interesting. That sounds like one that, may win something. Is there no token track or, something? Probably consumer is where this will land. So yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. What else? I'm a DevOps for learning distributed system. Any suggestions I can go? Suggestions, though I completed the MapReduce implementation Golang only. If you've completed the MapReduce implementation yourself, I think you know distributed systems very well. I don't have an opportunity right now. It's very hard to find distributed system engineers. But it would for example, इससे पहले there's this guy called FHD that got referred because 6 months ago he had told me he knew distributed system, and then when the opportunity came, I connected. Very hard to find people who basically seems like you know your shit. So Rishabh Mehra 61. I think I've seen you on Twitter. Let me take a screenshot, but just message me as well. So I know you, I remember you at the top of my head. Whenever, some company comes for a distributed system. Actually, do you know Rust as well? And, let me know if that's the case. Front end 3, back end 1, and then intern 5. These are the 3 positions that are currently hiring, and I've referred one guy for front end from Twitter. Abhi uska feedback aaya कि they're saying he's not great. They're still trialing him. But उन्होंने बोला एक और बंदा दे दो. एक बंदा है Web3 का, उसका अभी literally अभी मैसेज आया 7:21. It's 7:46. 20 minutes पहले मैसेज आया. Do you know anyone that has amazing eye for detail? I hope I'm not sharing my screen. Okay. The guy you referred are good, but we filled those positions already. This one specifically, I'm looking for someone who will take a look at Figma and replicate it one-on-one in Tailwind. Do you know anyone that fits that profile? So that's one front-end role. Then there is basically Sargam's company. They need another front-end guy. Then there is another company, CrowdVault, basically. उनको एक front-end का बंदा चाहिए. These are 3 companies. These are 3 front-end roles. Nostack is back-end, and intern की एक company है. I'm forgetting, Engage, I think उनका नाम है. तो let's for the next 5 minutes. देखो मेरे पास कोई नहीं है और मेरे को podcast चाहिए भाई. तो anyone who feels fit in these, front-end वालों का pay थोड़ा ज़्यादा होगा. Probably around, once you, but nothing crazy, like 12 LPA. Backend would be 9. Intern would be, when it converts, 7.5. I don't know right now. So if you feel, next time I'm opening chat, abhi ke liye, just anyone who feels like you're a fit, just post your whatever, Notion doc or something, and let's see if we can connect a few people right now. Would be a good use for the class. All right, great. So let's start from the top. Tarang has, I think, a question, separate question, nothing for the, this is just a project. 7.5 LPA ka resume. Meme coin landing page. GitHub. Mm. Soy dev. Fairly empty GitHub. 2 projects and 1 Hacktoberfest. Little bit more would be nice. It's like very bare minimum. Same guy index his bounty, also implemented back in Golang. I don't know Rust. Okay. A backpack was hiring, which is why I wanted to check if you know Rust. But if not, then it'll be a big challenge. All right. Resume 7LPA. I don't see a resume here. I only see Twitter. So let me follow you, message me. I think that's the easiest way for me to remember. Aman Satwanti. Satwani. I think I've seen you in Super 30 only. Who else? Another 7LP. Siddhant. Yeah, I think at least your portfolio looks okay. I don't see any projects. Oh, collaborative co-editor. Yeah, they're asking really smart questions, by the way. Their interview was very solid. So, I mean, this looks decentish. Yeah, I can refer you, Siddhant Das. How do I reach you? Twitter. Hire me. God, Siddhant 5. Please tell me you have Twitter. There we go. So I'm following you as well. Just DM me. I think it looks okay for that intern role, though. Who else? Hynix School ERP. I'll take a look. I've done many front-end projects. Thank you. Let's see. But you have no projects that you've posted here. Hands down to whatever they pay. What do you mean hands down to whatever they pay? Need to gain a workplace experience. I see. Okay, portfolio. Okay, hoping for something here. Korotashi live demo. One good thing that might be decent to inculcate will be copying Figma's end to end. Your front end looks very templatey, वैसे. The standard landing pages. And yeah, if I click on any, basically this is just landing pages, right? It's nothing else. If I click on any button, it opens. Well, the Tashi wali cheese looks something more than a landing page. Stake. Front end में कौन था? I might be able to refer you to CrowdVault. Let's see. You only have 1, 2. You have 3 projects. All of them front end looks very similar. Let me share my screen if you want, so that if you want to see what I'm seeing. But basically, I was looking at this. Not this guy. This guy. You two I messaged for the backend for the 7LPA role. You also I messaged. So 2 people for the 7LPA role. This guy was. Sorry, 1 second. Pin. Basically, whoever this guy is. Yeah. So there's this thing. 7LPA companies, or whatever. Intern role is easy to push anyone in. But remote companies, they'll pay more, but they're looking for something extraordinary, which unfortunately I don't see. This was a decent project, but it's more or less a landing page, right? There's docs and then contribute. I think takes you to GitHub. And then stake, at least for me, was doing nothing. So borderline is if I find no one else, I might refer you, kind of a thing. So what's your Twitter? Oh God. So I'm hoping this is you. So I've just followed this. You can DM me from this core Tashi page. No promises right now. We can just talk. Did I miss anything? Hello. You're the guy, right? So let me just follow you as well. Yeah. Cool. Let's see what else. All right, let's do one more round. Now it's any questions, or if you want to post resumes, that's fine as well. All right. In Sri do we have a product that's very niche to Solana, something which is payment or something which integrates payment? So integrates payment through Solana will probably not win. Unless you have too many eyeballs, you actually have activity. So I don't think you can take a Web2 use case, slap a Web3 payment gateway, and then that probably won't be considered for a price. Super team member. You should also post which position you're applying for, like back end or front end. I feel like there's a very big need of a front end person to come, maybe Keshav to come here and teach for like 3-4 classes. So people can just build their own projects. Like everyone's doing a very templated copy pasta when it comes to front ends. Very hard for me to say anything until I look at any projects. There you go, live link 1. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like this looks good, but like it's very you get why this doesn't look good, right? Like okay, the photo came, but it got better now. I guess images weren't loading, so yeah, I guess pretty decent now. But why is it only a landing page? Why is it for everyone? It's just a landing page that looks very pretty. And then nothing else works. And then it's join mail. The button also does nothing. You get the idea, right? So that's a great point. I think if I was someone from Solana, of the foundation, for example, I would choose something that brings eyeballs to Solana. Because how does Solana make money? It's when a lot of activity comes on Solana, and Solana gains fees on every transaction. So Pump.fun, even though very controversial example, is a great example because everyone was building a token. That's what activity is. And then a lot of people are buying tokens, signing tokens. That's a different thing. But bana hi itne log rahe the. Something like that. So anything that brings a lot of people to transact on Solana is what would win. It's not very easy to find that, but unfortunately, most of the times this is something that leads to price speculation, gambling, so on and so forth. But yeah, that's a high level of what they're looking for. Okay. Project 1, project 2. Amazon clone, I'm not looking at. This looks, of course, that's the render default page. This looks good. Look, this is the render default page. We'll wait for your project. Oh, well. While this is happening, yeah, like genuinely, Keshav needs to take like a week of front end classes for everyone. I think, because there are, oh god, bro, like this. No, I mean, I don't know Taranji. I was introduced to him recently. I think he lives in SF as well. Someone introduced me to him. What's your question though? I don't know what this is. What your conversation there is? Seems like what you're saying is you've done a bunch of bounties. Projects. There you go. Feel like I've seen this before. This was a very simple card, right? You can just track applications. So let's not go here. Daytona Dev Container Manager Showcase. What is that? Guess it's a simple CRUD app, AI note taking application. It's not bad. Agent-based finance service provider. I mean, I'm happy to refer for the 7.5 intern role that converts to full time. So let me follow you as well. there's a WhatsApp group. I'll just keep adding you, and you can just talk to the founders. There you go. I followed you. Just message me if that sounds lucrative. Then yeah, that's. Oh, there you go. I think that started. It was just your portfolio. I'm using like very mid. UI looks really bad. Done. The UI messaged. How do I look at your projects? I don't see any. Oh, there you go. Code link. Oh, there's code link. Where's the live link? Web link doesn't work. Code link. Yeah, this would be nice. It would have been nice to see, but chalo, I'll just read through the code thoda boda, and see what you've done. Committed known modules. That's a red flag. That is not bad. That is not bad. Oh, this probably is a cohort 2 project. Like the schema looks very close to that. There's no HTTP server. Oh, there is, I guess. This probably is it. Why is the index.ts empty here? This might be, I don't know, Khali project. Yeah. The reason I don't get it. I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying, right? Without saying anything. Or someone shared profile who looks good, has done GSOC. Let's see. So this is like GSOC in itself is a very big woe. So enough for me to refer anyways. But let's see. UI is a little template-y. But let's see if this is a difficult thing to build. What is this? No idea. React Native Expo Express. Yeah, there's something extra here, right? You see that there's not just landing pages here. He's used Expo over here. Yeah, I think it's a pretty standard, but at least one thing is a whatever, a mobile application. All right. I don't know what that is. It's a start. I guess that's a starter. Okay, what is this? Okay, that's a Tailwind plus React Native Expo starter point. Okay. Starter. You only have starters. Oh, there you go. More projects. Oh. Okay. Starter. Yeah, very mid UI executor. Just look at your code. Oh, sorry, GitHub. Seed code. Yeah, I'm happy to refer for the backend role if it sounds lucrative. Where's your Twitter? Yeah, I don't know if it's lucrative for you, 9 LPA, but if it is, so let me know. But how do I reach out to you? I'm trying to find your Twitter. And also happy to connect in the future for something else if that doesn't sound super lucrative. Follow back. All right. Cool. I have an offline video to record. Anything else, guys, before we call it? There's another one that Yash. Oh, no, that's the only one. Anything else before we call it? A few more talks only, I think. Slowly turning into a resume review, whatever. Resume review only, I guess. If you're in Japan, I don't think there are a lot of Web3 companies in Japan. There are a lot of Web2 companies in tech. If you know Japanese, what I've heard is there's a dearth of developers there. If you know Japanese, if you know a little bit of tech, you can get in, is what I've heard. उससे ज़्यादा I don't know Japan. Tech market, unfortunately, I had to got in through a very weird way. Yeah, you don't have to write contracts to crack Web3 interviews. What is a good thing to do? That's a great question. I mean, it's not that it is not asked in an interview. It's not that writing contracts would hurt. If it would show your Rust expertise, which is what most of these companies are looking for. For example, Helios, I tried to refer someone really good, but they said, even though he's a great DevOps engineer, and they were hiring for a DevOps role, they still said, Rust is a prerequisite. So, it doesn't hurt to have contracts. That said, they will probably not ask you that in an interview because no company usually writes contracts on their own. What they really, coming back to your question, what do you need for an interview? Unfortunately, in Solana, probably the answer is contacts. For example, this guy who just messaged me, he runs a Web3, call it like a top tal for Web3 sort of a thing. Super team, if you are in, people will listen to you, talk to you. Aise karte karte is easier to find interviews. There are open source repos that you can contribute to, but that's the most hardest path. I'm trying to think if there's, the easier path is to just get a grant from Super Team. I don't know how many people got it in the last 1 week. Piछle hafte mein, I think around 100K worth of, just a random guess I'm taking on the number, based on the Twitter feed, that I found, tweets that I found, but around India, around at least 50K, if not 100K Mounties Batti. That's an easy way to get into Super Team, and they keep posting. For example, they only posted today Backpack was hiring for 6 roles. So I think through network is probably a better way to do it. Cool. Don't just post your GitHub. Like this is very similar to so how a recruiter would look at it. So live links always help. Live links of cool projects. You've seen how Joydeep got referred. I don't know if you have, but Sargam Kile, it was contributing to a lot to GitHub, like our repositories. Don't do that right now. I'm not very active there. I'm just saying, how did other people, like it's very bipolar looking at, I've seen 10 Notion docs right now, nothing super impressive, but 2-3 that are okay. So I'm referring for the intern role. One thing I can just suggest would be, build Figmas or find Figmas and clone them end to end. There's another website for mobile apps. They give you every component, every screen that exists on a mobile app, so you can clone it. Maybe do that. I think so. We have like 3 people who want front end because front end doing pixel perfect front end is really hard. So that's if you have shied away from it, this might be the time to do it. Is what I will say. Start to find fun in building components and stories and storybook and writing front end tests. Because it might be the one that's really hard to hire for eventually, which is the one that you negotiate the best on. Cool. I'll call it here. I have a video to record. Thank you for joining. Sorry for the breakfast, whatever AMA. My video सीधा record करता हूँ. In 2 hours, I'll post. I'll shoot it for sure. I'll hope the Wi-Fi lets me upload it. If not, then in a few hours, the video will get uploaded. You'll see it on the dashboard. I'll call it here. Have a good night, folks. Bye bye.